Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. So let's take a look at the starters for Albuquerque. Adebayo is out there with McAdoo. Then it's Williams. Then there's Rafer Alston. And it's Smith in at the shooting guard. We've got Wallace. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Wallace. Then it's Malone. And it's Drew in at the point. Alston with the ball. Here's McAdoo. Wallace covering. 5 on the clock. There's the screen for 3. Alston, good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Wallace. Inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Malone against Smith. Over in the corner, Williams. Pass to Alston. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Alston's got 5.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Now here's Cousins. And Adebayo sends it back.
And got to be careful shooting around Adebayo, an athletic big man who gets up as fast as anybody to block shots.
Here's Williams. Misses, and he wants that one back.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Drew. Cousins. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Cousins, at his size, able to handle and finish like a guard. Very nimble in the pick and roll.
Smith outside. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Wallace.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Cousins. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You got to try to keep Cousins out of the paint. Shoots a high percentage from there. Uses that big body to his advantage.
Here's Alston. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Nice defense from Wallace.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Cousins. Shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Well, for his position, DeMarcus Cousins has a great build, capable of being a physical big man, but also pretty agile for his size and able to adapt to his opponent.
Jones checked in for Drew. Alston, good.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Now, here's Malone. Albuquerque making a change here. Boozer's checked in.
Substitution on the court.
Alston against Jones. Six on the shot clock. Goes up on the high post. Rebound by Albuquerque. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the first. Here's Alston. He's got 7. Adebayo with this screen on Jones. Alston sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Alston's got 10 points in the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Jones, the pass to Keenan. On the wing, Wallace, covered by Smith. It's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. And it's Boozer atop the key. And it's Keenan with the rebound.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Jones kicks to Wallace. Here's Keenan. From down in the low post, it goes.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Williams dishes to Boozer. Lets it fly. And it's Williams. That time the assist from Carlos Boozer.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Wallace. Here's Keenan. Cousins with it. Over Adebayo. And Adebayo sends it back. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Substitution for your home team. Derek Coleman. Jeff Malone.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Albuquerque leads by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what stands out to you from Albuquerque in this one so far?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And so in the game for Albuquerque, Carlos Boozer out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Williams. And it's Alston in at the point.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so here's Albuquerque. Here's Boozer, and Boozer throws it down.
doesn't get any easier than this. Boozer rising up with confidence there and powering it home.
Malone passes to Coleman. Malone outside. Pass to McGinnis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Carlos Boozer.
First team foul.
It's his first trip to... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Just can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Some changes for Albuquerque. Julius Randle's checked in for Boozer. Rand comes in for Jalen Williams. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rafer Alston. And Albuquerque with the possession. He takes it in, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randle with the right choice there, finding the open man.
To the inside. Here's Malone. Rebounded by Brand. Albuquerque leading by 4. Down low. Here's Randle. Nice move. And it's good on the layup.
And, you know, they like Randle to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
Pass to McGinnis. Back to Malone. Here's Drew, covered by Brand. Drew misses. And there's Randle on the assist by Embiid. Randle's got the lead up to 8 now for Albuquerque. Pass to McGinnis. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Drew, 6 to shoot. Here's Wallace. Misses the baby hook. And Albuquerque with the possession. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Caruso kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Embiid. Over Jones. Here's Caruso. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Drew. Now here's Cousins. Guarded by Embiid.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here. .141 left to play here in the half. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, Embiid pulls the defender in close and then gets all the contact he wants.
At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. Some changes for Albuquerque. McAdoo comes in for Julius Randle. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Brand. Good on both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Pass to Drew. 1:24 left in the first half. And the dunk by Wallace.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Caruso. From the arc. Albuquerque again can't hit it.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
No good from Cousins. And Albuquerque with the possession. They're on a 12-3 run.
Oh, how about the powerful move there on that slam from McAdoo. Not many are better than him at getting the job done on the interior. He'll always find a way to finish at the rim when he gets a chance.
Here's Keenan. Wallace outside. And Cousins kicks to Jones. Clock at 6. Screen by Cousins. Drew. And Embiid with the block. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Caruso. Anunoby outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Anunoby's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Drew. Wallace a screen. To the middle. And it's Wallace slamming it down.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And so it's Albuquerque looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Wallace is out there with Wallace. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Drew, and it's Malone in at the 2. Lots of room. Rebound by Albuquerque. And for Albuquerque, they've got Smith. Jalen Williams is out there with McAdoo. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. They've got Drew. Wallace is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Malone, and it's Wallace in at the 3, the small forward. Back to Wallace. Pass to Drew. Cousins with it, guarded by Embiid. Cousins, no good. Albuquerque leading by 13, and for Albuquerque, they've got Embiid, McAdoo out there with Williams, and it's Alex Caruso, and it's Smith in at the shooting guard position. Williams against Wallace. Nice shot by McAdoo. And Albuquerque leads by 15.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Some changes for Albuquerque. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Joel Embiid. Randall comes in for McAdoo. And Rafer Alston is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Here's Drew. Malone looking around. Releases, and that's good for 2.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Good work there as it goes.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Malone. From 13 and off the glass. That one's good.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
Williams in the post. Wallace covering. Randall kicks to Alston. Back to Randall. A 3. Hits it from three-point range. Randall's got 7 points in the game.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Now here's Cousins. He has 5. Out to Wallace. Pass to Malone. Randall with some nice D. Albuquerque leading by 16.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Alston. Gerald Wallace grabs the miss. Drew passes to Wallace. Now Malone, covered by Smith. And it's Malone again missing. The high post shot. Couldn't get it to drop. He's now made 5 of 8 shots. Pass to Drew. Wallace outside. Julius Randle with the rebound. Smith finds Randle. Randle a screen on Wallace. Williams against Wallace. And it's sent back by Wallace.
And this is why Wallace is an elite-level defender. Has a great sense of timing for when to rise up and contest shots.
Now into the lineup for your home team, Derek Coleman.
1:05 left here in the third quarter.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Some changes for Albuquerque. Boozer, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And it's Franz Wagner in for Williams. And 1:01 left in the third. Here's Malone. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break. Nice shot by Smith.
And not just a three-point shooter. JR proves that game in and game out.
Pass to Keenan. Kicks it out to Jones. A three-pointer off the mark. Albuquerque leading by 18. And the dunk by Boozer.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Now here's Malone. Here's Keenan. He's defended by Wagner. Pass to Coleman. Outside, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cousins with a screen on Smith. Jones, that's for 2. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Here's Adebayo.
Ball over Albuquerque ball. Into the lineup for your home team, number 22.
5 seconds left in the third quarter. Boozer with the screen for Wagner. And so it's Albuquerque controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Drew is out there with Jones. Then it's Wallace. And it's Keenan in at the small forward. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Keenan the pass to Jones. Here's Drew. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jones. Here's Coleman. Connects from three-point range.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Alston passes to Boozer, and the dunk by Boozer.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Alston against Jones. Pass to Wallace. Back to Jones. Here's Coleman for the three. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Alston. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And Albuquerque leads by 21.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Here's Drew. Wallace outside. Jones against Alston. Jones, the pass to Coleman. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Now, here's Wagner. He's covered closely, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
So ready to get physical. Boozer takes it to the inside of the defense.
Carlos Boozer, 2 shots.
That's good from Boozer. So both teams changing it up here. Boozer hits them both.
Certainly knows how to get to the line. Boozer using that size of his to his advantage.
Here's Drew, defended by Caruso.
Albuquerque foul call. Bob McAdoo. First personal foul. First team.
And the first one at the line is good. Randall's checked in for Boozer.
DeMarcus Cousins.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. Albuquerque leading by 18. Randall kicks to Anunoby. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Randall, a screen on Wallace. Albuquerque again can't hit it.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's Wallace slamming it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Williams dishes to Randall. No good from outside. Randall against Wallace. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Out to Wallace. Over in the corner, Cousins. Caruso against Malone. No good on the three. Albuquerque leading by 16. Here's Randall. Pass to Williams. Anunoby outside. Randall against Wallace. Now Caruso. Lets it go from deep. The three-pointer is right on target.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Pass to Drew. Shoots over Caruso. Randall with the block.
When Randall is engaged defensively, he can make some spectacular plays and really brings an intimidation factor to the game.
Randall a screen on Malone. Tries from 10. Cousins pulls it in. And so Albuquerque takes the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't eat home cooking.